Hello students, now we will be going to start the next chapter of your unit 4, that is your third chapter of unit 4, analog to digital converters. A to D converters. Now we will start. In this, what do you mean by analog? Analog means it will be in the form of voltage, and digital means what? It will be in the form of zeros and ones. Zeros and ones means what? Counter will be counting. You have studied counter about your paper 5. In paper 5 you will be studying the different counters. Counters means it will be counting from 0 0 0 0 1 0 1 0, like that it will count. So I will be showing you one example. 0 0 0 0 1 0 0 1 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 0 0 0 1 0 1. So what is this? 0 1 2 3 4 5. This is decimal equivalent of this. Till 16 we can write. 16 means it will be like 1 1 1. Already you have seen this table in your digital electronics paper 5. If not, how to write this table? You 16 na? First 8 zeros you should write 8 ones, then 4 zeros 4 ones, then 2 zeros 2 ones, then 0 1 0 1. So till 16 combination, like till 15 you will get, because it will start from 0. Now this will be analog voltage and this will be digital. So now what we will be doing in this chapter, you will be seeing analog to digital converters. Means by giving the analog input, it will be counting in digital way and we will get the waveform. Means it will count in different way and you will get some waveform. And in this we are having two methods. One is dual slope A to D converters and successive approximation method. Successive approximation method. So now these two methods we will be seeing the block diagram of these two methods, as well as we will be seeing the operation of these two methods. So in A to D converters, what is the A to D converters? Analog to digital converters, which will convert the analog voltage into digital form, zeros and ones. And what is these two methods are doing? What are the output of this A to D converters? We will see in these two methods now. Now you can see the dual slope A to D converter diagram, block diagram. You can see here again op-amp. Op-amp is connected in which form? Integrator form, because this is the input resistor and capacitor is connected in feedback form from output to input. And what about this? This is nothing but a switch. Switch is between both. This is input, means which will be variable, and this is the reference voltage. Reference voltage means which will be fixed. So this switch will be connecting between both of them. First it will be connecting to Vin, then it will be switching to the reference voltage. So when it is switching, automatically it will affect to the integrator. Before going to that, first you see the dual slope A to D converter diagram, block diagram of dual slope A to D converters. Now reference input and pure like variable input. Switch will be connecting to the reference input, as well as switch will be connecting to the main input. You can connect it. Now first it is switch, then R. This part of this is known as op-amp as a integrator, then op-amp as a comparator. Comparator means what? Which is comparing. Which will be comparing. Then it will pass to the control logic. Control logic will control and it will help the switch to switch in the another mode with the help of the clock. Clock means external clock, like time according to the external trigger. Okay. Now counter just now I have said you 0 0 0 0 0 1 0 1 0 1 1 1 digital outputs you will be getting here. Okay, so your outputs will be here and your input is here. Analog input is converted into digital output. Okay, now first the block diagram of dual slope A to D converter. Dual means what? Two slopes. Slope means like up and down. Okay, so it will be in this form. Okay, dual slope means slopes will be in this form. Okay, one is positive and one is negative. That is known as dual slope. Okay, now first we will be dealing with dual slope block diagram. Dual slope A to D converter block diagram. Now this block diagram, okay, this block diagram consists of different blocks. The first one is switch, integrator, comparator, control logic, clock, counter. Counter is nothing but the final destination, like final output, because counter is only digital output. Counter means what? Which will count what? Binary numbers, zeros and ones. So it will be counting 4-digit numbers. These are 4. 1, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are digital outputs. Okay, these are analog output. Okay, the first point what you will write, dual slope A to D converter is shown in the figure below. Then you have to draw the diagram. After that you should write diagram consists of different important components: switch, then integrator, then comparator, clock, control logic, and finally a very important block is nothing but counter, which will be giving us the digital outputs. Okay, now first how the operation starts. Now first the switch is connected to VIN. VIN means what? Original input, variable input. As this switch is connected to VIN, what will happen? This will pass to the capacitor. Okay, it will affect to the integrated circuit. This is nothing but a capacitor. Now in integrated circuit, what is happening? As the switch is connected to VIN means capacitor will start charging. Okay, capacitor will start charging. When the capacitor is start charging, it will charge till the highest peak. You can see here. Okay, capacitor will start charging. It will charge till the highest peak here. Okay, then comparator will like suddenly pass. Comparator will be not using in this. Okay, comparator will comparing it to the this ground signal. Okay, after comparing it will see that the signal which is here, it is like charging. Capacitor will start charging. First it will start charging like this. Okay, now see, when the input is connected to the VIN, VIN means variable input, where we can change the variable. Variable input means we can change the input. V reference means what? Input is fixed. So when the input is connected, switch is connected to VIN, capacitor, it will pass to the integrator. In integrator, capacitor will start charging. When the capacitor is fully charged till the highest peak, okay, you can see capacitor is charging till the highest peak, till here. You can see the diagram. Okay, you can see the diagram here. You can see that it will have charge till here. ID means what? IC means what? Charging. ID means discharging. So it will charge till here. We will start from VIN. Different input voltages we will get, because VIN is nothing but variable. It will charge till here. As soon as it is fully charged, what will happen? Suddenly it will fully charge. This will give to the signal to the control logic. Okay, control logic will do what? See, okay, one more time I will explain. First, when the switch is connected to the Vin input. Vin means what? Variable input. What will be happening to the counter? Counter is fixed. It will not variable. Keep in your mind. And here this input will pass to whom? This integrator. In integrator, what is happening? Capacitor will start charging. It will charge till where? Till the full point. Okay, it will charge till here. Then it will pass to the comparator. After that, comparator will pass, after comparing, it will pass to the control logic. In control logic, it will pass the signal to the clock. Okay, control logic it will pass. And why? What is this control logic? It will tell that the operation is over. Controlling the logics, okay, of the counter. Now counter is fixed because we have connected to the Vin input. So control logic will not change the counter. Counter will be fixed. Then directly it will pass the signal to whom? Clock. Clock will again intimate to the switch. Okay, as the capacitor is fully charged till here, clock will directly intimate to the switch, and now the switch will be connected to where? It will be connected to the reference input. Now the switch will be connected to the reference input. Okay, reference input means fixed input. Now when the switch is connected to the reference input, again this will pass to the integrator. Again capacitor, now it will be discharging. Capacitor will now discharge. It will discharge in the different slope. First is in positive slope and the second one is in negative slope. Now capacitor will charge. Charge means C. Discharge means D. It will discharge. It will discharge till the peak voltage, till 0 point. Okay. As the capacitor is discharging, comparator will signal to control logic. Control logic will do what? Now the counter will start counting. Now the counter will start counting. It will count till the digital output reaches the reference voltage. For example, your reference voltage is 2. Okay, so it will count 0 0 0 0 1 0 0 1 0 0 1 0. Okay, 0 1 1. Then 1 1 is what? Reference voltage. Okay, we got the output. Whatever reference voltage we have given, that we got the output. So by this, counter will start and the capacitor begins to discharge with the current period. Then the resulting opposite slope you will be getting, and counter reading will be getting the equivalent signal for analog voltage. Okay. So now, what you will be getting when it is connected to the reference voltage? Now whatever equivalent variable input voltage we got, that voltage equivalent we will get here. See, once again I am telling. First, switch is connected to variable input. Okay. So what is happening? We want the actual variable input output only here. We don't want reference output. We want variable input output only here. If it is 2, here also we should get the value of 0 0 0 0. What is the equivalent of 2? In the table itself you written 0 0 0 0 0 1 0 0 1 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 2. Okay, so this is the equivalent of 2 will be displaying on the digital output. Okay, so once again I am telling, dual slope A to D converter. It's shown in the figure below. It consists of different blocks: switch, integrator, comparator, control logic, counter, clock. Okay. Now first, operation. When the switch is connected to Vin means variable voltage, analog voltage, what will happen? This will pass to the integrator. In integrator, capacitor will start charging. It will charge till the highest peak. Okay. As it is connected to Vin, what is the position of counter? Counter is fixed now. Counter is fixed. Okay. It will not change. So when Vin is getting to the integrator, capacitor will start charging. It will charge till the highest peak. As soon as it is charging, it will give to the comparator. Comparator will compare and again it will pass to the, comparator will compare and again it will pass to the control logic. Control logic, in this counter is fixed. Again what will happen? It will give to the clock. Clock will intimate to the switch. Again, as it is reaching to the highest peak, what will happen? Now switch automatically will be switching to the reference voltage. Now it is switching to the reference voltage, means what is happening? Again it will pass to the integrator. In integrator, again the capacitor will discharge. Again the capacitor will discharge. Again, as it is discharging, this will compare, and again finally it will give to the control logic. In control logic, what will happen? Counter is reset. When it is in reference voltage, counter is reset. So now control logic will signal to the counter. Counter will start counting, and it will count till where? Okay, it will count till when? Till the discharge reaches to the 0 position. Okay, then finally here you will get what? Digital output. If your analog input is 2, your digital output will be like 0 0 0 1. Okay, 1 0 0 0 1 0. This will be display. Analog input is 2 and it will be converted into digital output. So your final digital output will be 0 0 1 0. So like this the procedure will be repeated for different analog input voltage. Okay, that's why you can see the waveform here for different analog input voltages. Okay, different analog input voltages. First, like V1, V2, V3, 3 voltages or 4 voltages you can give. IC means charging, ID means discharging, integrator output voltage, T in, T1, T2. T1 means what? Highest peak. Okay, T2 means what? Lowest peak. So when it is reaching the highest peak, it will be switching directly to the reference voltage, and here at down it will be like, again it will go to the initial position. Okay, so what we have studied in dual slope A to D converter, we have studied that it consists of different blocks. First, switch, integrator, comparator, clock, control logic, counter. Okay, now first operation start with switch. Now presently the switch is connected to Vin. When the switch is connected to Vin means any equivalent input voltage we will give, 2, 1, 4, whatever you want you can give. That will pass to the integrator. Integrator will do what? In integrator it will affect to whom? Capacitor. Capacitor will start charging. It will charge till the highest peak T1. As soon as it is charging, comparator will compare. Okay, it will charge till IC, resulting a linear ramp. You will call it as linear ramp, ramp at the integrator output. After the time period of T1 means like this. This is T1 and this is T2. After the time period of T1, the control logic switches the integrator input to the reference voltage. Okay, after this control logic will switch to reference voltage. Now in this reference voltage, counter is reset. Reset means it will start to count 0 0 0. Then as the reference voltage is connected, now the capacitor will start discharging. Okay, as it is connected to the reference voltage, counter will start counting, and integrator output will be what? It will be like discharging. Now it will discharge with the current ID. Okay, charging is IC and discharging is ID. Okay, for a time period of T2. This is for T1, T2. And the result of this ramp is negative going. Finally, it will crosses the 0 level. Then counter reading is equivalent. Finally, as it is crossing the 0 level, then counter reading will be equivalent to what? To the analog input. So finally we will get the input which is converted into digital form. Okay. Second method of A to D converter we will start. That second method of A to D converter is nothing but, now the second method of A to D converter, you can see a successive approximation method. What do you mean by successive approximation method? Means successive means which is equal to approximation of analog input. Okay, So this diagram consists of different blocks. Comparator, 4-bit D to A converters means digital to analog converter, reference volt, analog reference it is. Okay, then output register, successive approximation register, control logic. Okay, now first it includes the major parts. You have to write in this way. The figure below shows the block diagram of successive approximation method. Now it consists of different blocks, or it includes the major elements such as comparator, 4-bit D to A converters. It is A to D converters, but D to A converters, digital to analog converters also it is including. Then successive approximation register, control logic, and output register. It includes the different blocks. Okay, then you have to go to the when DAC output matches the analog signal. Okay, where is DAC? Digital to analog converter output matches with the analog signal. The input of DAC is equivalent to the digital signal. In this 4-bit D to A converters, okay, see, first what will happen when you are owning the circuit, the 4-bit D to A converter will be matching with the analog input. After matching, what is happening? It will pass to the successive approximation register. What this successive approximation register will do? Inside this successive approximation register, first bit D3 will turn on first. Okay. Now after owning, it will signal to the control logic. Then control logic will compare. Okay. Will give the signal to the comparator. Control logic will give the signal to the. See, in this successive approximation method, once again I am telling, listen carefully. It consists of different blocks. Comparator, 4-bit D to A converters. 4-bit, that means it is having D3, D2, D1, D0. Okay, 4-bit. Then output register, successive approximation register, clock. Okay. Now first, in successive approximation method, first what is happening? First initially for the D to A converter output, okay, D to A converter, when D to A converter output, okay, matches the analog signal, it will match to the analog signal. If D to A converter equivalent digital signal in 4-bit D to A converter, first what is happening? See, this 4-bit D to A converter will, what is the work of this successive approximation method? What it should do? It should first open, means it is on 111 bit and it has to compare with the analog input. Then if it is matching, then it will pass the signal. But if it is larger than this, so it should not match, it should not open, it should pass to the next bit. See, what is the operation means in successive approximation method? First D3 bit will turn on and it will compare with analog. If both are same, operation will be going on here. But if analog input is greater than this, so what will happen? This bit will turn off and it will go to D2. D2 will be turned on. So like this it will be comparing. As soon as the comparison is over, finally you will get the digital output according to the analog input. Okay. So first what is happening when you are owning the circuit? First analog input voltage will be compared with the 4-bit D to A converters. Now after comparing, for comparing, first D3 bit will be on and it will see analog input is with this kya or not. Okay. In this D3 bit will be on and what is happening? It will compare to the analog input voltage. Now analog input voltage is greater than D3. So what will happen? It will signal to the successive approximation method. It will be greater than D3. After comparing, analog input will be compared with 4-bit D to A converter. In this analog input will be more compared to D3. So what is happening? It will compare and it will pass the signal to the control logic. In control logic, it will pass the signal to the successive approximation register. This successive approximation register will do what? It will turn off D3 and it will turn on D2. Again D2 will be compared with analog input. Then again analog input is more than D2. So what will happen after comparing? It will pass the signal to control logic. Again control logic will pass to the successive approximation register. In successive approximation register, again what is happening? In successive approximation register, what is happening? D2 will be off. Again it will test for D1. Okay, again it will test for D1. Then again D1 will be compared with analog input. After comparing, it will pass to the control logic. Again here will be coming. Finally it will reach to D0. Like that the testing will be happening. Finally when it is reaching to the final position, at that time you will get the equivalent of analog input to digital form. Okay, so once again I am telling, listen carefully. Like this it will be testing. First D3 will turn on. No, it is more than analog. D3 is like 0. Okay, analog is more. It is like analog input is 1, 4, 1, again 12, 16. Like this means what is this? These are nothing but analog inputs. Okay, 16 means what? We are taking 4 bits now. So it will take 4 combinations. So first D3 will turn on. It will check with the analog input. No, analog input is more than D3. So what will happen? It will be off. Again it will become off. This will be turned on. Again analog input is more than D2. Again this will be off. Again it will be on and it will check analog input is more than D1. Again it will be like this will be off. Again who will be on? D0. D0 is on. Now it will reach to analog input. Finally at the final position, at least the approximation you will get. What is the approximation we got here? At least it is this much gap is there between analog input and D0. Means very less, not more than. So your analog input is for example 2. So your digital this digital will be approximation equal to what? 1.8. So that is like approximation 1.9. Okay, that is like approximation. So at least it is reaching to approximation level. So what is the answer? Your particular answer? Successive approximation A to D converter means analog to digital converter. It will compare the analog input with the digital. Okay, with the digital, and after comparing, if approximation is there, it will give the final output. Okay, so here first digital output will be compared with the analog input. After comparing, it will pass to the control logic. Control logic will pass to the successive approximation register. Then here it will see that no, D3 is very less, 0, almost 0. So it is not equal to analog. So again D3 will be turned off. Who will be on? D2. D2 output is like this only, this much only. So again analog input is here and this is this much. So what is happening? More gap is there. Again D2 will be turned off. Who will be on? D1. Now D1 output is this much. Where is your analog? Here. Again D1 will be off. Again it will be off. Again finally it will reach to where? D0. D0 is again it is height, that much, this much height. So this much gap is there, like equivalent. So now it is like approximately equal to analog input. Finally it will stop here. So it is just the checking procedure of at least till you get the successive approximation. So mostly at last you will be getting the successive approximation. Simple method. It will be what you have to write in successive approximation method. Figure below shows successive approximation diagram. In this diagram, it consists of different blocks. Okay, comparator, 4-bit converter, output register, successive approximation register, control logic. Then after that you should write, here the operation start from first, that is V in is nothing but analog input. Okay, first in this 4-bit D2A converter, D3 will be turned on first, like this. Okay, and it will check with the analog input. It will compare. in the comparator with the analog input. After comparing, it will pass to the control logic. In control logic, it will find that no, it is like tested and the approximation signal is almost 0. So what will happen? This D3 will turn off and who will be on? D2. Again D2 will be compared with analog. After comparing, it will pass to control logic. Again control logic, successive approximation will see no, again this is also high, this much gap only. It is not equal to successive approximation. For example, this is analog input is 2 volts and this is almost it will be equal to 0 0.1, 0 0.5 or 0.1 or 1. So it is not equal to 0 0.5, remember, not equal to 2. So again it will be off, again it will be on here, again it will compare, after comparing again it will be on, then finally it will reach to D0. D0 is like nearly equal to analog input. Finally the output will be displayed on the digital panel, okay, like whatever output is there that will be displayed. So whole output will be like 0 0 0 1 or 0 1 0, whatever input you will give, according to that this output will be displayed according to the analog input. Okay, so by this we have completed your 2 methods, that is D to A converter method, analog to digital converter methods. Okay, then resolution of analog to digital converter is that maximum number of digital inputs can be accepted by D to A converter is known as resolution, and accuracy it depends on the circuit components. Okay, so 2 definitions, resolution and accuracy definition will be like same. Resolution means maximum number of D to A converters is nothing but parameters of D to A converter is nothing but what? Maximum number of digital to analog input can be presented to a particular D to A converter is nothing but resolution. Accuracy means it depends on the circuit components such as A to D, reference voltage and counters. By this we have finished your 3rd chapter of your last unit, that is unit 4th. Okay, in my next class I will be dealing with last chapter of your unit 4th. Thank you.